Hi, welcome back. Now today I would like to have a discussion with you about women and how often they are sucker for punishment. Yeah. Now I heard recently in the news that I think it's Maya Jama. She has recently returned to her boyfriend that she was previously dating. Now she had left him, and I think she had went to America, got engaged and everything, and then she returned, just recently returned now back to the UK and started to date him. And my thing is, if you've left someone, you've left for a reason. And if you've left for a reason, unless that reason has been rectified, then it doesn't make any sense. And why would someone, you went to greener pastures, yeah, and you didn't even give it a good chance, and then you come back to what? It's not like you've come back to better. Yeah, if you come back to better, then fair enough. But that person has shown you that it really wasn't really, the right one for you, and then you've actually left US and come back to worse, which doesn't make sense. If you went to the US and you date and that didn't work out, fair enough, move on and go greener and greener pastures. So you don't go back to dark and darker in the woods. It doesn't make sense. So that's how women, do themselves disjustice by not making the right choices. And then later on, she's come back now with this guy. This guy doesn't change. Then she end up probably having a child, and then end up, we call a few years later, we're co-parenting, yeah, and then you just, basically lessen your chances of getting true love, because the guys who probably would have been admiring you now, and thought, okay, you're free now because you broke up with that person who you were before, and in the US, think, that would have been an opportunity for them to probably, approach you. Now you've left and come back to England. When you end up, pulling yourself backwards, having children or whatever with this guy who doesn't really, it wasn't good for morning, right? It doesn't make sense. And then and then later on now, when everything doesn't work out, you're gonna start doubling back, probably go back to US again. That time they'll be think, well, the chances have gone really that you could have got somebody, and you'd have wasted time with this guy when you know he's not good anyway. So it doesn't make sense, ladies, going back on yourself. And that's why we don't get anywhere. Some women don't get anywhere because they're just perpetually going back to what yeah, instead of moving forward. Yes, it's scary going into the unknown, but when you were born, you didn't know a lot of things, and you learn on the way. So go forward, step forward and learn something instead of going backwards into, your comfort zone, we just start stepping out of comfort zone and going forward. So ladies, that's it really. I think she's wasting her time. Tell me what you think.